Okay, grade 7, this is your homework tonight for Forfer. There are 4 two-step algebraic equations. So as you do these, make sure you keep in mind what is your constant, what is your coefficient, and what is my variable. So in this first question, the variable x is on the left side of the equal sign. So that means everything on this side of the equal sign I'm going to get rid of so that I can isolate the variable, keep x by itself. Since there's a coefficient of 2, we always know the coefficient because it's in front of the variable. And then we have our constant, which is your plus minus term. The first thing I'm going to get rid of those two things is the minus 1. But for all of these, we're going to apply opposite operations. So by adding 1 to both sides, that will get rid of the constant. Okay, and always get rid of your constant first. When I do that, I'll have my 2x left on that side. And over here, I'll have the sum of 11 and 1, which is 12. So what used to be 2x minus 1 equals 11 is now going to be 2x is equal to 12. Okay? Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2, because the opposite of this 2 right here is meaning multiplying the x by 2. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. So those are opposite operations. And I'm going to divide both sides by 2. X will be left over here, and over here I'll have 6. So the solution to this is x equals 6. If I go back to the original start of my question, and I substitute for x, instead of having x there, instead of 2x, I'm going to have 2 6's, or 2 times 6. And I simplify it. 2 times 6 is 12, and 12 minus 1 is 11. This side is 11, and this side is 11, so they are equal. And therefore, I know that my solution for the question is x equals 6. So that's good. So the first one, x equals 6. In the second one, the difference is your constant is up front, and this over here is where your variable is, and we always know this is the coefficient because it's attached to the variable. And your other part is your constant, it's your plus or minus part. So that's a positive 4 plus 2x is equal to 16. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. That will get rid of my plus 4, and I'm left with 2x, or positive 2x, is equal to, this is going to become 12. So 2x equals 12. And again, I have 2x is equal to 12, so 2x is equal to 12. If I divide that in half, the opposite of multiplying by 2, I will have x equals 6. And that's your solution for that one. For the third question, the difference is my variable is not on this side, which it has been for the other two questions. It's now on your right-hand side. So this is my coefficient, and this minus 12 is my constant. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 12 to both sides, because I want to get rid of that constant and work towards isolating the variable. 5x is left over here, and over here I'll have 15. So if 5x is equals 15, then if I divide both sides by 5, 5x is divided into 5 groups will be 1x. And 15 divided into 5 groups will be 3. And the solution 3 equals x, or x equals 3. And that's the solution for that one. And our final question, my variable is over here. My coefficient is attached to it. My constant is in front of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, my constant is minus 19. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of minus 19 by adding 19 to both sides. That creates a 0 pair. Over here I have 20 equals, what's left over here is 10x. And I'm going to divide both sides by my coefficient, which is 10. Divide both sides by 10. X is left over here, and 2 is left over here, so x equals 2. If I go back and substitute that into my original equation, I'll make that minus 19 here. Change that x to a 2. 10 times x, or 10 times 2. This will be negative 19 plus 20. And 20 positives and 19 negatives make 1 positive, and therefore my solution is correct.